morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. We are this little guy going. Get my little cauldron going. Make sure I don't burn myself. Love this little thing. Halloween and some of its kitschiness, and I just love it. I'm just not even gonna deny it. Our funny little, yeah. We live in such a strange little time, don't we? Those natural things and our spirits and spirituality and our traditions, and then there's commercialization. So, yeah, as much as I don't like it most of the time, there are times, yeah, I kind of dig it. Why not? You know? Sometimes it's good, I guess. I don't know. Mixed feelings, I suppose. I don't know why I'm even shuffling these. Okay, so just kind of lost in thought. We already pulled those cards, so those are our Earth Magic, and so we've pulled the Milky Way for perspective, we've pulled the Mountain for strength, and Childhood for innocence. And just kind of touching on it really quick because we did actually cover it yesterday in pretty good detail. So go back to that one if you would like a little bit more with this. Milky Way and the perspective, we're just being mindful that we are children of the stars as well as children of Earth. And there's a big picture with that, and then there's also a smaller picture with that, and just being mindful while our time here on Earth and the experiences that we have here are intensely important, that we also act as the eyes of the universe, and there is a bigger, much bigger, something that we don't even understand during our period of time here. And maybe it's more of like a forgetful, maybe it's a forgetful thing, and we just get glimpses of it. It's such an interesting thing how you can you feel something more than understand something. It's such a, it's God, it's beautiful. And then we have just a reminder that our inner strength. Sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed. We have 2 retrogrades going on right now. That can be pretty overwhelming. So this is just stay true to yourself, stay strong. You're stronger than maybe it feels right now. And just bringing that back into focus is important. We also, with everything being so serious and a lot of, unfortunately, negativity going on, going back to the innocence of childhood, and I had suggested and going through and setting a timer for twice a day just to take a moment, skip down the sidewalk, sing as loud as you can in your car, a kid's song, you know how little kids like to go through and balance on things? I don't know how good your balance is. Just kind of be careful if you do it. But you know how they kind of get up like on the edge of things and they'll like walk along something? Or how they'll kind of skip down the steps or up the steps, or taking steps 2 at a time, or spinning around, or running their hands in the dirt just to run their hands in the dirt. I get to do that all the time because I have a garden and love to do that, and was able to do that quite a bit on Sunday. Felt so good. As a matter of fact, my nails look like it. But yeah, just taking the time. Be a kid. We kind of talked about cranky old people and how they got there. And it's not necessarily that they had a harder life. It's how they accepted and interpreted things, and those things that they drug through their life. While happy, chipper, older people that have just like a sparkle in their eyes, it's like they've been there, they did that, they didn't let it scar them. Or if they did, they're proud of their scars. So just kind of be mindful of, as we go through life, what kind of an old person are we going to be? So let's go ahead and get this reading started. Hello, Spirit Energy. Thank you for letting me be an instrument of your insight, support, and guidance as we open to the message you share with us today. Spirit guides, show me clearly. Tuesday. Check and see what the energy card is for today. Energy cards are pulled at the beginning of the week, and then I keep track of that through the week. Energy card for Tuesday. And just as a reminder too, we also have two retrogrades. We have Mars retrograde that only happens every couple of years. And then we also have Mercury retrograde. Mercury lasts until November 3rd. Mars goes until November 13th. So we just want to be mindful. There's a lot of hostility out there. There's a lot of miscommunication going on. There's aggression. There's a lot of action with this. It's very easy when things are moving quickly to respond before thinking. So we just want to be very mindful of that. We also want to not start any new projects right now. If we do them because they're basically just falling into our laps. We're not really having to work for them at all. Just being, if it feels forced, you might want to pause until we're done with this little section here. So today, our energy card was Lovers. So Lovers can be a relationship. Lovers can be choices. The Lovers card can indicate that there's a choice to be made today. We need to make sure that whatever it is that's going on today, that we do it with our heart, and we listen to our intuition. We're not going to overanalyze anything. If it has to do more like with a relationship, be mindful of, how you're feeling, what your intuition is. It builds a meaningful relationship when we build mindfully and with our true hearts. So the theme for today is pretty rockin'. Let's see what we have here. We have a little shadow going on with that little love energy. Let's see what we've got. So we have the Nine of Candles for our challenge today. We have the King of Needles, which is the King of Swords. This is Wands, Swords. We have the Fool, and we have the Page of Presents, or the Page of Pentacles in shadow. So our challenge today with the 9 of Candles in shadow. Probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Life might feel a little bit difficult today. So, and when we think about the Lovers and the choices there, you know, that energy gives us that idea, you know, going with our instinct is going to be really important here. Kind of shake some of that off. It's, the choices, and maybe we've got the Lovers or some kind of a relationship issue going on today, where it just doesn't feel like it's flowing quite as well. So I guess we probably want to be careful with some of that today. The King of Needles or the King of Swords in shadow. This is the energy to be using today. Typically in shadow, we can be a little bit cold and calculating, or maybe somebody in our lives are being kind of cold and calculating. We need to make sure that we're staying true to ourselves and treating others with respect. There might be a situation, it kind of seems like there's probably a situation that's going on where we, while we're going to lead with our heart, it seems like a choice needs to be made that maybe says, maybe we're having to put our foot down because something's going on that's not acceptable, that's maybe going against, it's probably going against our better selves. Seems like there might be something with that, because the play with the Lovers and the choices, having to be somewhat cold and calculating, but also still needing to be mindful that we're respectful as we go through and we do this. There's probably maybe a boundary that has been, and we talk about negative and healthy boundaries, there might be something that's budding up or maybe has crossed one of our boundaries where we're needing to back up and with love and intention say, this doesn't work for me. So the choices and the Lovers, it seems like there's something going on there. It could be a family member. It might not be like a lover, but definitely somebody close to us that, and be careful because the miscommunication, so maybe leading that out, maybe it's something where maybe there has been some miscommunication, so maybe leading that maybe I misunderstood something, but for clarity, did you maybe mean this? And if that's the case and it crossed a boundary, then you're having a healthy conversation instead of an accusatory conversation. So, because sometimes people aren't aware that they've crossed a boundary. Now, the Fool, this is an energy to avoid. And the Fool in shadow, that's a lot of, the Fool in shadow is just kind of a difficult little thing. So you're being kind of naive and a little bit too idealistic. And with this other stuff going on, there might be some miscommunication going on. So let's be really careful with what we're doing with this energy today. We might be making a mountain out of a molehill. Back up, reflect, use your intuition. Understand that there's gaslighting is part of the play with the Mercury and Mars retrogrades. So be careful that that's not coming in. There's a lot of confusion with these cards today. That, we want to be really careful with what's going on today. Now, our Page of Presents or Page of Pentacles in shadow. there might be some disappointment and frustration going on today. Yeah, that something's happening today. Things are not going to turn out as expected. It might be good to cut our losses and move on. I would just be very careful with today and anything that you're doing as far as communication goes, especially with the lovers in play. Whether it's choices, whether it's somebody close to us, just let's be very careful with what's going on today. And let me know how that goes. So that could be a rough day if we're not very, very mindful. Stay true to yourself, but maybe don't take things to heart, because it could be miscommunication that's going on and not the other person's true intention or true heart. So just be mindful with all of that. Thank you so much for joining. Please do click subscribe below. We are a new page. Probably start getting the word out a little bit more this week. So hopefully we'll be picking up some more people that can join us for morning coffee. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. You can also leave a comment on the Etsy page. And if you have anything specific, there are other options on the Etsy page for tarot readings. And if you have anything specific, you can let me know that as well. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Spirit Energy, for sharing your message with us today. Thank you.